I created a school in college football 25, and every episode, I'm playing an entire season with them. Season 1, we had little to no success, going 4-8 and being one of the worst schools in the Sun Belt Conference. And in the off season, we lost our star running back to UConn in the transfer portal. But going into season 2, we signed three-star quarterback Taj Bullock in the portal from Akron. So hopefully, this Newport State Fighting Gulls football program can turn around and have success in the Sun Belt Conference. But if y'all like content like this and anything college football 25, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and don't forget to leave a like on the video. And welcome back, Saturday Night Lights community, the family. Y'all see it, man. We are in season 2. Yes, season 2 with Newport State. If y'all were here with us during season 1, y'all know that we didn't have the best season. But going into season 2, we got a lot to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is our impact players for this year. First guy I want to talk about will be our starting quarterback, Taj Bullock. Taj Bullock, yes, the transfer from Akron. He was their starter last year. He threw 16 touchdowns. He threw a lot of picks, 15 picks. Not the best touchdown to interception ratio. Threw for 2,800 yards, 60% completion percentage. So he didn't have the best year. So he decided to come over here. Like I told y'all in season 1, we got a lot of NIL money. A lot of NIL money. So, we gave him we gave him the bag a little bit. Not gonna lie. But it was worth it. He's a senior, so we'll have him for this year. He will be our captain and our signal caller for this season. Moving over to running back, y'all know about him last year. He was our quarterback last year. I told y'all we were gonna move him over to running back, and moving him over to running back bumped his overall up to a 80. Yes, a 80 with the 92 speed. He doesn't have the best hands. He cannot catch. He is going to be strictly there to run the football, but he is an explosive athlete. Y'all know about Xavier Jarvis, and he can get even faster when it comes to his attribute cap. So hopefully he gains some speed throughout the way, because we got him for another 2 years. Xavier Jarvis will be one of our running backs this season, but the next guy I want to go over is this transfer from Tennessee. I know he's only a 75 overall, but y'all see him, man. He has over 5 abilities. 5 abilities. He is a power back. He's not the fastest, but he can get faster, and he's only a sophomore. He's 6'1", 239. He has silver balance, silver head first, bronze workhorse, downhill, arm bar. He will be our main running back this season. He will be our guy. We're going to run the football a lot this season, because when you look at our receivers, these receivers are terrible. All these receivers basically are still the generic team builder receivers. Like I told y'all, in recruiting and even in transfer portal, no receiver wanted to come play for us. So we're not even going to talk about that position. And that's going to be our roster this season. Like I said, we did have some adjustments on offense. Not a lot of new guys on defense, but I just want us to have a better season this year, and maybe make it to a bowl game. And looking at our schedule for this season, week 1, we will be playing the FCS Pandas. We will not be hopping into that game. If y'all don't know, and if this is the first episode that y'all watched on this channel, we can only hop into 6 regular season games every season. Only 6. So half of the games we can hop into. We will be playing probably our first game on the road at number 3 ranked Ole Miss. That's going to be a tough one. We got Louisiana. We got Arkansas State. We got Old Dominion. We got Georgia State. We got Georgia Southern. This is when we start getting into that Sun Belt play. And then down here, y'all see our rival, James Madison. Right now, we're 0-1. Even out the record this year. We will be playing them away, but this is not a bad schedule at all. I definitely feel like we can win more games this season. And when it comes to recruiting this season, our main focus is finding our future quarterback and some help at wide receiver. We got 2 guys added to our board when it comes to receiver. I really do like this guy right here from Richmond, Virginia, Max Forden. But again, we can still only recruit guys right now from the state of Virginia and West Virginia until we make a bowl game. I also like this guy right here. I love this guy, Dennis Cuffman. He has 90 speed. Yes, 90 speed, 90 throwing power. They're both first on our board right now, so we definitely have some viable options right now at quarterback. We're first on this guy's board. Nobody's offered him. Nobody's offered this guy. Nobody's offered this guy as well. Move it over to running back. We got this guy right here. Bernie Grossman, we like him. And we also added this 4-star receiver right here from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 92 speed at 6'2", 196. We also added this 3-star Jim Corbin Holiday, another 6'2" guy, 91 speed. So the skill positions right now when it comes to recruiting, I really do like it. We're not focused on offensive line right now because we need to find a quarterback and receiver. We also added these defensive linemen too that we really do like, especially this 3-star Jim. And then when it comes to linebacker, we really do like this guy. I like this guy right here, Dexter O'Connell, 88 speed. Really do like him. We also added this 4-star corner from Richmond, Virginia. They're all first on our board. So overall, recruiting should be a lot better than last season. After advancing the week, we did beat the FCS team only by 5 points. I don't know how we only scored 12 points versus the FCS team. Bullock went 20 for 34, 58% completion percentage, 228 yards. Not a bad game. We definitely did a lot in the running game, though. We did a lot in the running game. Keith went for 85 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. Jarvis ran for 9.2 yards a carry. I feel like he's going to be our guy this year. He had 10 catches for 71 yards. Moving over to our defense, nobody really did anything on our defense. We didn't have any picks. We didn't have any full sacks. But overall, man, not a bad game. At least we came out with the win. Here we go. First game that we're hopping into this season. Y'all see it, man. We're here in Mississippi. Here in Mississippi, taking on a top 20 ranked team in the nation. This is going to be a tough matchup. This is going to be a tough matchup for Taj Bullock. We're playing one of the best teams in the country right now. We're just now coming off a week 1 win. Y'all see us coming out in our white uniforms and the gold chrome helmets. I still cannot get over how much I love these uniforms for this team builder. But here we go, man. Let's see if we can pull off the upset versus Ole Miss. And here we go. We're in the 4th quarter of this game. We did not score a single point in the 3rd quarter. Ole Miss has scored 16 points unanswered. It looks like we ain't got nothing open right here. We might try to go to our receiver, and Taj Bullock cannot make the throw. But like I said, Ole Miss has scored 16 points unanswered. We have just not been able to move the football at all in this second half. But here we go, though. We got 2nd and 10. We might try to go to our tight end right here for the first down. That's a big throw. Same play, that same inside zone. See if we can get in the end zone. Wow, he just runs him over for the touchdown. There we go. Big run by our power back right there for the touchdown. We're now down by 3. All we need is one more stop. That's all we need is just one stop. We got 2nd and 9. They go back to the run again. That's a big tackle by our linebacker right there. Huge tackle by our linebacker right there. Here we go. We got 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. All we need is just one stop. One stop. It looks like they go back to the run. That's a big tackle. Big tackle right there. There we go. 4th and 12. We got 1 minute. 1 minute to try to find a way to get in the end zone and pull off the upset. Got Jarvis split out wide. We're going to run this little RPO right here, and that's going to be game. Oh, my God. I didn't think the corner would. Yeah, that was on me. That was definitely on me. I shouldn't have threw that. I know. Y'all don't gotta be in the comments telling me. I know. Oh my God. I honestly didn't think the corner would play that right there. And then nobody didn't even block the corner. It was nobody on the outside but the corner. And nobody blocked him. Looking at the stats for this game, Taj Bullock, he didn't have a great game at all. But those 3 picks, probably all 3 of those picks were on me. It wasn't because of him being inaccurate. No, those were just on me. When it came to us running the ball, we didn't run the ball bad. Jarvis had a pretty good game though, 8 catches for 75 yards. But honestly, it's truly hard to win a game when their defense has two pick sixes. They had 2 pick sixes. It's hard to win a game that way. But I'm honestly not mad about the effort this Newport State team showed. We went up against one of the best teams in the SEC, and we only lost by 10 points. We're now in week 5 of the season. Looking at what we did in the last 2 weeks, we beat Louisiana. Actually, We beat Louisiana 17-14. Taj Bullock had a way better game than that week versus Old Dominion. Threw for 2 touchdowns, 63% completion percentage. Our running back Keith went for 15 carries for 62. Scooter Page had 2 touchdowns, but the following week we did lose versus Arkansas State. Taj Bullock had one of his worst games. Threw 3 picks. 3 picks, only 55% completion percentage. Bullock ran for 67 yards. Not our best game at all by our quarterback. But this week we got Old Dominion. And this is a very, very, very important game. Very important game because we have a lot of people on visit this week. To start off, we got KJ Rashad on visit. He's coming. Also, our quarterback, I think this guy's coming too as well. Yes, Max Forden is coming too as well. I think we got a four-star corner. He'll be in the building as well. So we got a lot of guys on visit this week. But hopefully after this game, hopefully after this win versus Old Dominion, if we can get it, we can bring in all 3 of these recruits. So we got 1st and 10. We're going to the run right here. Like I told y'all before, I wanted to start running the football more, and we're going off to the big back Keith to start off this game for a 1st down. Like I told y'all, we gotta find ways to start running the football more. Gotta start finding ways. Here we go. We're going right back to the same place to the other side, and that's Jarvis, the speedster, on the big run. There we go. But again, we're just spreading them out to run the football again, and that's a touchdown, Newport State. We didn't throw the ball, not one time. Not one time that drive. Not one time. 4 runs down the field for a touchdown. Game is 7-0 to start off this game. Like I told y'all, we got 3 of our top recruits on visit this week. They're right there behind the goalpost. They're right there behind the goalpost watching this game. So we definitely have to get a win this game. This is not great. Here we go. We got 2nd and inches. Looks like they're gonna go to the run, and that's gonna be a touchdown, Old Dominion. They go right down the field and score a touchdown. They ran no huddle, by the way, almost every play down the field. But game is now tied 7-all. 3rd and 8 right here. And that's going to be a sack on the play. There honestly just wasn't nothing open. There was nothing open right there. We got 4th and 10. We got to try to kick another long field goal. That should be right down the middle, and that's going to be good. Field goal is good. Like I don't know what it is, but our kicker is he's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I think he has like 93 kicking power, but I don't think he has no kicking accuracy. But game is now 10-7 Newport State. And 14, we have to find a way to get a stop right here. Gotta find a way to get a stop. Can our safety make a play? And he did. Wow, that was a huge pick. That was a huge pick by our safety right there. Finally, we make a positive play on defense. 1st and 10. That's a big throw by Bullock, and that might just be a touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. Touchdown. That was a huge throw by Bullock right there, and a better catch by Jarvis for the big touchdown. We're going to go up 17-7 going into the 2nd quarter. We're in the 3rd quarter of this game. Game is 28-24. Old Dominion ended up coming back, and they now have the lead. We got to try to answer right here, and that's a big catch by Scooter Page. And out the pass. We might try to see if we can hit our tight end. That's a big throw. Big throw. A 3rd and goal. Can we punch it in right here? They do send an all-out blitz. Wow, and I tried to possession catch it, but he fell down at the 1-yard line. Wow. Honestly, we got to go for it right here. We got to go for it right here. Here we go. 4th and goal. 4th and goal. Can we punch it in right here? We're going to go this little RPO. There we go. Come on, get in there. And that's a touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. That was a huge drive right there. We do punch it in. We are now up by 3 in this 3rd quarter. I'm a user with my safety though. There we go. Come on, defense. Come on, DG. There we go. Please, please don't let that be on us. Please do not let that be on us. Please let us keep that pick. Yes. 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 That is a huge pick by our defense right there. There we go. There we go. That was a huge pick right there by our defense. Back on offense, 1st and 10. We're just going to hit our tight end again. Our tight end has been having a pretty good game today. 2nd and 1 right now. Y'all see we got Jarvis in the slot. We're going to try to see what he can do on this jet pass. Here we go. Take it underneath. And that's a touchdown. Newport State. There we go. We stretch this lead out even more in this 4th quarter. Game is now 38-28. That was huge right there, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we moved Jarvis to running back. I am so glad we moved Jarvis to running back. He is such a great athlete. If we can get a stop right here, that would be huge. They sent a drag. They got that down the middle. There we go. Oh, my God. That was a great play by our safety on the outside. Our safety was able to tip it to our linebacker for the pick. I'm telling you, man, that true freshman safety is having a crazy season. 10 right now. Can we capitalize and get a first down right down the middle? That's a huge first down. Can we capitalize and find a way to get a first down? We're going to go underneath to our receiver. He makes the catch, but that's 4th and 7. 4th and 7 right there. We're honestly just going to take our 3 points. There we go. Take our 3 points. We're now up 41-28 in this game, and that honestly might just seal it. All we really need is just one more stop, and this game is over. It's gonna be the end of this game. Newport State takes it in this big win where we had three of our top recruits on visit today. Hopefully they can commit off this visit. You see it, man. Jarvis had 3 touchdowns. He had a big game. He's been one of our biggest players on offense this season. Just overall, man, a great game by Newport State. At the stats of that game, Taj Bullock, definitely his best game of the season so far. 22 for 31, 70% completion percentage, and 3 touchdowns. Keith on the ground, 7.8 yards a carry. Him and Jarvis both combined for over 100 yards rushing. When it came to receiving, Jarvis again, 2 receiving touchdowns, and even he had a rushing touchdown as well. Overall, man, a beautiful game by Newport State. And Jarvis, our junior running back, got Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week. Huge game by the junior. After that win versus Old Dominion, our 4-star top recruit did commit. That was a huge commitment. He will probably come in next season as our wide receiver 1. That's how bad our receiving room is. He has that 92 speed. He can catch, run routes, especially at 6'2". That is a huge commitment. The other 3 guys on visit didn't commit. They didn't commit after that visit. And 2 of them, and this guy right here has a visit coming up with Maryland. So I'm honestly really worried. I'm really worried because usually if someone don't commit to you the first week, they go with the next school to their next visit. So we're honestly just going to try to hard sell him right here. We're just going to try to hard sell him with what we got. See if he can come off that. And recruiting after advancing a week, it's looking pretty good. This guy right here, he is close to committing. He is so close to committing. Looking at that running back we had, he is ready to come on visit too as well. We're going to bring him on visit probably versus Coastal. Definitely versus Coastal, because that's the game we'll be playing in. But the thing is, we have nothing for him. So we can't really bring him on visit because all of our grades suck. Like, all of our grades are just terrible. So what we're going to do is we're just going to max him out. We're just going to max him out when it comes to that. This receiver is ready to come on visit, but it ain't really nothing we can do right there for him. Let's check our D-line. Our D-line, this guy, he's ready to come on visit. But again, you see on the right side, our grades are just terrible. So we're just maxing them out right now. This guy's ready to come on visit, but again, our grades are terrible. Outside linebacker, he's ready to come on visit, but we can't really do much for him. But what we will do is put more points into him, or put more hours into him. This middle linebacker, this is the guy we wanted. He ended up committing to Maryland. We really did want him with that 88 speed. He's gonna take his talents to Maryland. We're gonna upper his. We're gonna check this corner. This corner, he like I said, he didn't commit, but again, we maxed him out. I think we had a safety, right? Yeah, this safety right here is ready to come on visit. We need to try to. I think next week. Next week we're gonna try to bring him on visit. Next week when we get more hours, we're definitely gonna try to bring him on visit. But again, though, recruiting is definitely going well this season. We got our first commitment of the season, and here we go. We're now in week 8. Week 8 of the season. We were not able to win our last 2 games after beating Old Dominion. We dropped our last 2 games to Georgia State, and Georgia Southern. Bullock didn't do much this game. 12 for 26, 46% completion percentage. We didn't really do anything on offense that game. Then versus Georgia Southern, we lost 28-14. Bullock threw 2 picks, 50% completion percentage. Jarvis or Keith wasn't even able to get going running the ball. Scooter Page, though, he's having a great season. He did have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. This week, we have our big game versus Coastal. This is a big game because we have multiple people on visit. And just to give y'all an update on recruiting, we have more commitments. This 4-star corner did commit. He will now be joining us next season. We're really happy about that. Also, both of our quarterbacks did commit this 90 speed, Dennis Cuffman and Max Forden. So going into season 3, there's going to be a quarterback battle definitely between them two, whoever wants to take that QB1 spot. This running back, we're still working on him. We're still working on bringing him in. We want him to as well. We were able to sign the other 3-star gym receiver too as well. But we did add this guy to the board. I know he only has 85 speed, but at 6'5", 210, I feel like we can move him to tight end. I feel like we can move him to tight end. And by the way, going into college football 26, I tweeted out something and it kind of got a lot of attention on Twitter. I think every year after you advance the season, your guys gain weight. As you see it right there, the defensive lineman gained 2 pounds. So maybe some of the offensive players, let's say you want to move a receiver over to tight end, maybe he'll gain some weight because he moved over to tight end. Hopefully that can happen in college football 26. But we were able to bring them guys in. We added these 2 offensive linemen to the board too. Also, this 3-star defensive lineman committed to as well. That is huge for our defensive line because y'all know our defense is atrocious. We're almost about to bring in this guy, Jim Hill. This outside linebacker, we're still working on him. We're still working on bringing him in. This middle linebacker, he's still first on our board. Still working on this other corner that we really like. This safety too as well. And speaking of this safety, he is coming on visit this week versus Coastal. He will be coming on visit with him and Bob Gore. They will be on visit this week versus Coastal. I think those are the only 2 guys on visit this week. Let me see. Yeah. I think those are the only 2 guys on visit this week. So hopefully we can bring them in after this win versus Coastal. When it comes to the conference standings, we have dropped all the way to 5th in the East. Y'all know that we were at the top. We were at the top at one point, but Georgia State has taken that and ran with it. They're 5-1 this season, 2-0 in conference. We gotta beat Coastal this week. If we can beat Coastal this week, I'm pretty sure that we will move back up. We will move back up in that conference rankings because Georgia Southern and Coastal are only won 1 game so far this season. Looking on this west side, Troy is up top on that west side in the Sun Belt. But overall, this season has not been bad. If we can win, like I said, if we can win 3 more games, we make it to a bowl game. Our first bowl game of this rebuild. But looking at the stats so far, Taj Bullock, 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. Not his best year. Keith's been running the football well. 370 yards. Like I told y'all, we need to start giving him the ball more. When it comes to receiving, Peaks and Scooter Page have taken that over, especially Scooter Page. He's having a pretty good season. Moving over to our defense, we have not been able to really bring any pressure outside of Coles. He has 3.5 sacks, and Bubba Van Claiborne and Chris and Noah Collins Jr. are leading us in picks. And here we go. We're in the fourth quarter of this game versus Coastal. They have not scored not 1 point. We have been dominating them all game. We're in the third quarter. It's very low scoring. Game is 14-0 as we go underneath to our true freshman tight end right there for the first down. Like I said, Bullock, he's been having a kind of an okay game. I think he only got like 158 passing yards. Maybe he ain't got no touchdowns, no picks. You know, it's just been overall just a great game by him. We go underneath, and that's gonna be 2nd and 5. They're stacking the box right here. We're gonna try to run it anyway, and that's gonna be a first down. Newport State. Y'all see it, man. Khalifa Keith with 20 carries for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns today. He has been having a great game on the ground. That is what we've been doing all game. Just dominating this Coastal team on the ground. And we have now extended our lead 21-0 in this conference matchup. 16 right now. One more stop seals this game. They try to go just for a prayer right here. And that is 4th and 16. And that's most likely going to be the game. Like I said, man, this Newport State team has played their best defense all season this week. They've played their best defense in this game versus Coastal, holding them to a shutout. That is going to be the end of this game. Newport State beats Coastal Carolina in a shutout. Today. Great game by our team, man. Y'all see it. Khalifa Keith, the sophomore, with 100 yards rushing for 2 touchdowns. I said we need to start running the football more, and that is exactly what we did today. He had a great game. Great game by him. Overall, a great game by Newport State. After advancing the week, we did end up committing both of the guys that we had on visit, which was, I think, this 3-star guy. No, it wasn't him. I think, oh yeah, it was the corner and the safety. Yeah, these 2 guys right here, Bob Gore. After that visit versus Coastal, he committed. And also this 3-star JUCO safety, he committed to as well. That is huge, especially him having that 92 speed. Like I said, recruiting is going amazing. Way better than last season. Just looking at where we rank up at the Sun Belt right now, we are at the top. We have a top 15 recruiting class in the nation right now. Number 13th ranked. That is huge for this Newport State team. We're still trying to bring in more guys. Like I said, we still got this linebacker we need to sign. We still got both of these linebackers that we need to sign. I think, yeah, like I told y'all, we added this receiver. So right now, though, recruiting is going perfect. And looking at the schedule, I think we have 4 more games left this season. 4 more games. We can only hop into 3 of them. 3 games. So we will be playing this game this week versus App. We won't be playing this game versus VTech because that's not a conference game, but we will be playing our last 2 games. Our last 2 games of the season, including this huge rivalry game versus James Madison. Looking at the stats so far this season, Taj Bullock, not his best year. Only 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. But looking at Keith on the ground, he has been running the ball pretty well this season. 470 yards, 4.5 yards a carry, 4 rushing touchdowns. When it comes to receiving, Peaks and Page are leading us right now. When it comes to defense, Coles is leading us in sacks. We got a tie for picks. But overall, this season has not been bad because we are projected to make a bowl game. If all we need to win is just 2 more games, and we will be bowl eligible. Looking at the conference standings so far this season, we're still sitting at 4th right now. We are moving up. After beating Coastal, we did move up. So if we can beat App this week, we will probably take over that 3rd spot. We might even take over that 2nd spot if we can beat App. If we can beat App this week and Georgia Southern loses their game. And here we go. We're in the 4th quarter of this game. We have honestly just been getting dominated. Dominated today by App. We got 1st and 10. Score is 24-8. And we got to figure something out. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes left in this 4th quarter. We got to score a touchdown this drive. Our offense hasn't been able to get anything going all game. 10. No, and that's gonna be a pick. I threw that way too late. I threw that way too late. Oh, I threw that way too late. And they just go right over the top to this corner route. And that's going to be another touchdown by Coastal. Oh, my God. We have just been getting dominated today. I knew this Appalachian State team. I knew they were a good team. I knew they weren't a bad team on paper. But we really did need this win. And it's not looking good for Newport State right now. Here we go, though. Here we go. We got 2nd and 10. We're going to try to go underneath the Keith right here, and that is a big run. Big catch and run by Keith right there. Got 2nd and 10. Oh, and that's going to be another pick, and that's going to be the game. Dad, let's just get out of here. That is going to be the game. Oh, God. Let's just get out of here, man. That is going to be the end of this game. Appalachian takes it in this blowout win. That was probably our worst performance all season. We didn't do nothing throwing the football. Our receivers just wasn't able to get open. Their safety had 3 picks. Bullock, he is a great quarterback. He's a great quarterback. It's probably not even him. It's probably our receivers. Like I told y'all, last season we wasn't able to bring in no receivers in recruiting or the transfer portal. Next season is going to be a lot more different though, because next season we have our best recruiting class coming in so far. And here we go. We're now in week 12. Week 12 of the season. This is probably our biggest game of the season because this is our rival, James Madison. But after losing versus App, we did lose versus Virginia Tech too. Dropped both games. Couldn't get nothing going on offense again, just like that App State game. Like I said, it hasn't been great for us the last couple weeks. Looking at the conference standings, though, if we want a chance to make a bowl game, we have to win our next 2 games. It is mandatory. We have to win our next 2 games if we want to be bowl eligible. But looking at us in the conference, we're sitting at 6 in the East, almost at the bottom, basically at the bottom of the Sun Belt. But if we can win our next 2 games, that will be huge, especially if we can beat James Madison. If we can beat James Madison, that will be huge for this team. So we got to pull off that win. Georgia Southern is sitting at the top of the Sun Belt right now at 3-6. That is crazy. Since they have a winning record, like the Sun Belt is terrible this year, especially on the east side. On the west, it's a lot better. On the west, is honestly, it's not even that much better. You got Troy, who was just 5-1. I think like week 6, they've lost their last 4 games. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns are at the top of the Sun Belt. We need to win. We need to win our next 2 games. It is mandatory that we win our next 2 games, because anything could happen in this conference. That is how bad the east side of the Sun Belt is. The stats with our last 2 games of the season, Taj Bullock, he hasn't been having a great year at all. Not gonna lie. I've thrown most of those picks, not gonna lie. But even in sim, there's games where he's throwing 3, 2 picks. He hasn't had the year that we expected him to have coming from the transfer portal. Russian Keith has been doing his thing though. Over 594 yards. I know it's not that much. I know it's not that many yards, but for our offense, which our offense is not that great, he hasn't been having a bad season. When you put who has the most yards in our conference, Keith is right there. He's top 6. He's right there, top 5 in the conference in rushing yards. So he's not having a bad year at all. We're gonna try to give him the ball more and more these last 2 games. But yeah, not a bad season at all for him. But like I said, this is a must win, because right now we are 0-1 when it comes to our rivalry versus James Madison. So this is a must win today on the road versus the Dukes. So this is gonna be a huge game for Newport State. This is a rivalry game for us. We have, by the end of this 5-year rebuild, we have to have a winning record versus James Madison, and it starts right now. Can we even the record at 1-1? Last season, we lost to them. We lost to them last season in season 1. Season 2, we have a better team. So hopefully we can pull off this win, and we need to win this game if we want to have a chance to make it to our first bowl game. 1st and 10, we're back on offense right now. We might try to hit that slant down the middle, and that's a big catch. Big catch by our slot receiver right there. There we go, and that's a big run by Jarvis right there. 1st and goal. That was a huge run by Jarvis right there for the 1st down. And we're going to try to finish it off with Keith right there, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. There we go. Our first points on the board after that fumble. Game is now 7-3. Like I said, this is a must win. A must win. It's more than just a rivalry game. If we want to make it to a bowl game, we need to make it to a bowl game because I am tired of recruiting out of Virginia and West Virginia. Here we go. We got 3rd and 8. All we got to do is just get a stop. That's all we got to do is find a way to get a stop. There we go. Huge stop by our defense right there. Forcing James Madison to punt the football. I think that's probably our first stop as a defense in like 3 weeks. I swear how bad our defense is. That's probably our first stop in 3 weeks. 6, can we capitalize on 3rd down? And that's going to be a sack. It wasn't really nothing open right there. I'm just going to take my 3 points right here. There we go. Just take my 3 points. Game is now 10-3 in this rivalry game. Like I said, I told y'all I wanted to run the football more this game, and that's exactly what we've been doing. And we've been moving the football down the field with the run. And here we go. We are in the 4th quarter of this rivalry game versus James Madison. Game is 17-14. We do got the lead right now, up by 3. We go underneath to our running back, Keith, and that's going to be an easy 1st down right there. 2nd and goal. Can we punch it in right here? And I think that might be a touchdown. Touchdown! Newport State! We take the lead even more right here in this 4th quarter. That was a huge drive by our offense. Game is now 24-14 Newport State in this rivalry game. Come on, go make a play. And our DB made the play. And that's going to be a pick. That was a huge play. Huge play by Noah Collins right there. That might have just sealed this game. Honestly, he was beat. He was beat. The quarterback just underthrew that. But that is a huge pick. And oh my God, Jarvis might just go to the house. And I think Jarvis gonna go to the house, and that's a touchdown. Newport State. And to really seal this game. Huge run right there by Jarvis. And I think that's gonna be it. It's gonna be the end of this game. Newport State takes it, and we have now tied up the rivalry with James Madison. Huge game, man. Keith, player of the game, 16 carries, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Looking at the stats here we go right now, and looking at the stats for this game, Taj Bullock, 22 for 26, 236 yards and a touchdown, 84% complete percentage, by the way. Keith, player of the game, 92 yards rushing, 5.7 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns. Jarvis had that big run at the end of the game. We had a combined 200 rushing yards. When it came to receiving, Moore had a pretty good game. Scooter Page did his thing. Overall, a great game by Newport State. Comes to the conference standings, we did move up 1 spot in the standings. Right now we're sitting at 5th in the Sun Belt on the east side. On the west side, you got South Alabama, right there, Southern Miss, Texas State. On our west side, you got Marshall at the top with Georgia State. I am 100% sure we're not going to make it to the conference championship this year. But again, we're going to make it to a bowl game. But this week, we got Marshall. This week, we do got Marshall. And it's honestly a big game because maybe we could take them out. We can honestly take them out of the conference championship if we beat them. We could take them out. Just to give y'all an update on recruiting. Recruiting is still kind of similar. It's not really a lot of guys left to recruit from in the state of Virginia. But we did add this guy late. He is first on our board right now. We added him late to the recruiting board. We still got this 3-star tight end. He is ready to come on visit. We're gonna see if the proximity to home is a plus for him, and it is. So we're gonna bring him on visit on our last bye week of the season. But again, recruiting has been going really well so far this season. We're still on top of this guy's board too as well. He's coming on visit versus Marshall. So like I said, recruiting's been going really well. We still are working on this linebacker right here. This middle linebacker ended up committing. So just to look at our recruiting class overall right now we're sitting at 21st. 21st in the country right now. We signed the most 4-stars and we're tied for the most 3-stars in our conference. Like I told y'all, man, I keep saying it. This is our best recruiting class yet by far, and it's honestly not even close. Here we go. We are in the fourth quarter of our last game of the regular season versus Marshall. Game is tied. Game is tied 10-all. It's 5 minutes left in the game as we make a catch right there by a true freshman tight end. We gotta find a way to capitalize right here on third down as we hand the ball. That's a beautiful throw. Beautiful throw, and what an even better catch by a receiver right there for the first down. And might try to scramble out the pocket right here, and that's a beautiful throw. Can he get in? Wow, he jumped over the defender for the touchdown. Oh my, that was crazy. He just cleared that defender to get into the end zone. Game is now 17-10 in this last regular season game. Stop right here in the red zone. It looks like they're going to go to the run, but the quarterback is going to keep it, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Marshall. It looks like they're going to tie up this game. Here we go, and that's a big return. Big return by a receiver right there. He might be gone. He might be going to the house, and that's a touchdown. Newport State. I think that is our first. Special teams return touchdown all season. All season right there. Game is now 24-17 Newport State. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Oh, they try to go over the top, and we just had a busted coverage right there. That was just busted coverage. Touchdown, Marshall. It has been back and forth in this fourth quarter. Game is now tied 24-all. We got a minute. We got a minute and a half left to score. One right now. We got 50 seconds left in this game. And oh my God, Bullet makes a great throw right there to Jarvis. And he just runs them both over for a huge gain right there. That was huge right now with 43 seconds left in this game. Here we go. We got 1st and 10. We go right back to the pass again. Go right underneath the Jarvis, and he just drops the pass. Now, can we punch it in? We hand it off to Keith, and that's an easy walk-in touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. We have taken the lead back. With 30 seconds left in this game. In front of us. That's all we got to do. Just keep everything in front of us right here. And we get the sack. Big sack by our defensive line right there. That was a huge sack right there. After that sack, come on, we're sending all 5 right here. That's a fumble. That's going to be a fumble. And that's a fumble recovery for a touchdown. There we go. Our D-line just won us this game at the end. Making a huge sack, then forcing a turnover. And then scoring off the turnover. That is going to probably be the end of this game. It's going to be the end of this game. Newport State takes the W 38-24. That is a great way to end off this regular season. Going into bowl week. Taj Bullock, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. I know he's had his ups and downs this season, but he came out to play today. Overall, though, a great game by Newport State. Came to the Heisman. Gunnar Stockton out of Georgia did take it. He threw for 4,400 yards and 56 touchdowns. That is insane. That is crazy. Great season by the junior quarterback. When it comes to our bowl game, we will be playing in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl versus Navy. That's gonna be a good game because this will be our first time all season playing an option offense. We'll be playing in Frisco, Texas. It's not a very popular bowl game, obviously, but the fact that we were able to make it a bowl game is amazing for this team because in season 3 we will be able to recruit players anywhere, not just in Virginia or West Virginia. So that is huge. But looking at early National Signing Day, we signed everybody we wanted. We added this quarterback late. He's still first on our board. Um, we added this receiver right here late. He's first. He's first on our board too as well. Added these 2 tight ends. Overall, man, a great recruiting class, highlighted by some special athletes, ranking our recruiting class up in the conference. We now have the top recruiting class in the conference, top 25 in the country, ranking at 24th, and that's not even including the transfer portal yet. In the transfer portal, you never know. We might go crazy in the transfer portal. But this season has definitely been a W compared to last season. And when it came to our all conference guys, Xavier Jarvis did get first team all conference. I'm honestly surprised that that Keith did not get it because I feel like he had a way better season than Jarvis. So that's crazy. I feel like Keith isn't up here. And we do got our right tackle up here on second team all conference too as well. Our punter is up here too as well. And when it came to freshman all conference, our true freshman tight end did get up there, and also our right end too as well. And our kicker. Our kicker had a great year too, but I'm surprised that our starting running back Keith is not up here for all conference. The reason why I'm surprised because y'all look at the stats. Keith had over 400 more yards than Jarvis. Also, Jarvis only had 30 more receiving yards than him. So that's why I'm honestly surprised right now that he got it. That Keith is not up here. I'm honestly surprised, but still a great season though by Jarvis. Great season by Keith. Bullock, he didn't have the season he expected. He didn't have more picks than touchdowns. Receiving, we did okay. But like I said, this week we do got our bowl game. We should be able to win. Navy, they're a great team though, but we should be able to pull off the W. Here we go. We got 1st and 10. We're in the 4th quarter of this game. Game is 17-14. It's been a close game all game. We're going to try to hit our receiver over the top right here. And that's a big play. Big play over the top. And that's a touchdown, Newport State. Touchdown. Moore with the touchdown. He's been having a big game. 125 yards receiving for him. We expand this lead 24-14 with 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. That is exactly what we needed because now Navy has to throw the football. Navy has to throw the football, and that is something they cannot do. And wow, their returner might just go to the house. We was not able to tackle him. Oh my God. We just wasn't able to tackle this man. Like, what is going on? Oh my God. We had the lead exactly where we wanted Navy to be. Now we got to come out and try to kneel down the field again. 10. We're going to the run right here, and we just commit a fumble. Oh my God. We just made matters even worse in this game. What are we doing? That pitch was so simple. We just went from down to 14 to Navy can possibly take the lead in this game. They go to the fullback dive. He gets 3 yards right there. Here we go. We got 2nd and 7. They go to the read option. They pitch it out. You should make a tackle, and he can't make a tackle. And that's a touchdown, Navy. Probably about 30 seconds ago. We were winning. We were winning by 14 points. Now we are down by 3 in this game with 4 minutes left. Oh my God. Jarvis had him. We're going to try to go back to him again. And finally he catches it for the 1st and 10. Oh, but I was about to say if he would have dropped that, he probably would have lost his scholarship. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he would have dropped that, here we go though. Here we go. We got 1st and 10. It looks like we're gonna go right back underneath to our tight end. Our tight end's been having a big game today. There we go. 1st and goal. Here we go. Here we go. We got 1st and goal. We're gonna hand it off to Keith, and that's gonna be a walk-in touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. We have taken the lead back. Taking the lead back with 2 minutes left in this game. Minute and a half left in this game. It looks like they go right over the... Wow. And number 20 for Navy has taken over this game. That is like his 3rd touchdown. Like, what are we doing? Like, are we just not covering number 20 on their team? He already had a kick return touchdown. And then now that's his 2nd. Oh, my God. Oh, my. This game has just been back and forth in this 3rd quarter. There we go. Big throw. Big throw by Bullock right there. We got to use our timeouts. A huge throw by Bullock right there for the 1st down. We might try to go to Keith, and that's a big play, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Newport State. With 16 seconds left in this game, Bullock made 2 huge throws. 2 huge throws that drive in this bowl game. Here we go. Oh, it looks like they're going to go Hail Mary right here. Wow, and it looks like their quarterback's going to take it, though. 2 seconds left in this game. Here we go. Here we go. This is the last play of the game. Last play of the game. This is for... Here we go. Here we go. Last play of this game, and that's going to be a fumble, and that's going to be it. Newport State takes the W here in the Frisco Bowl. Huge, huge game. Huge game by Bullock. His best performance yet. 413 passing yards, 83% completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns. That is how he ends off his college career. That's how you end it off on a good note. Number 20 for Navy was going crazy, though. Hodges, he was going crazy for them, though. But overall, though, a great, great bowl win by Newport State. About to get into the offseason, but I just wanted y'all to see this. It's crazy that our rival, James Madison, is offering us the head coaching job. That's honestly crazy to me. Came to the college football bracket. Clemson wins the national championship in Miami, Florida versus Kansas State. They went all the way from the 1st round. Yes, they went all the way from the 1st round. They beat UCF. Then they beat Georgia. Wait, that's Sam Houston made it to the college football playoff. That's crazy. But Clemson, they beat Pitt, and then they beat Kansas State in the national championship. Here we go. We are now in the off season, and my favorite part, the transfer portal. Y'all know that we finally made it to our bowl game this season, so we can finally recruit players from anywhere. We can now recruit players from all over, especially when it comes to this transfer portal. We did add a few guys that we like. I added this dude right here, Bennett Galloway. He's not the best, only 91 speed. It's not really that big of a deal if we sign him or not, but we did add a lot of receivers. We added this guy right here, Turner Bradshaw. We added Demeek Starlin, 92 speed. We want to bring in these 2 guys to pair up with the guys we signed from recruiting. Also, I think we added a lot of offensive linemen. We added about 2 extra offensive linemen to the board that we really like. So going into the next season, we got a better offensive line. We also added this 3-star freshman D tackle transfer from Texas. We really do like him as well. And then we added this DB from Texas too as well. We really like him, 92 speed with house call. And then we added some more free safeties to the board. So overall, man, this recruiting class could turn out by the end of this transfer portal, it could turn out to be a top 15, top 25 recruiting class. Here we go. We are now at the end of recruiting for the transfer portal, and we signed a lot of guys. Starting off with Demeek Starlin from Nashville, Tennessee. Then we signed the 3-star transfer from Texas. We signed the 3-star corner from Texas. We signed this safety too as well. I think he's from Texas too. Signed this free safety. We signed a left tackle. We signed a left 3-star left guard. We signed a 3-star center. This has probably been one of the best recruiting classes that we have that we have signed ever on this channel. Like this is a crazy recruiting class. 3-star quarterbacks, 3-star running back. We signed all of these receivers. Next season, y'all know that receiving core that was some buns last season. It ain't gonna be like that no more. We got some guys coming in. We got some guys coming in. We got some freshmen. We got some juniors. You got some juniors, some vets. We got some tight ends coming in. We signed 3 offensive linemen. We struggled this season with offensive line. We struggled very badly. So bringing in these guys are gonna help. Bringing in this guard, bringing in this center. We signed both of these defensive ends that we wanted to sign. We did lose out on this D tackle though that has star development to ULM, but we did end up signing this guy 6'6", 250 from Texas. We signed both of these linebackers, signed this middle linebacker. We signed this transfer corner from Texas. This guy right here has star development too as well. We lost out on this guy to San Jose State, but we did sign this impact safety, this guy too as well, and ended off we signed it off this guy, this strong safety too as well. But just to give y'all a overview of our recruiting class, I know we had the best in the conference. We did have the best recruiting class in the conference, ranking 43rd in the country overall. That was a great recruiting class for us. Great recruiting class, highlighted by over 31 total recruits. This season for us has not been bad. We were able to win a bowl game. We won our bowl game. In the off season when it came to recruiting, we locked in and signed multiple guys. Next season, this team is going to be totally different. Season 3 is going to be totally different for Newport State. Next season, we're finally going to be able to recruit nationally, that we made it to a bowl game. Actually, if y'all had to grade our season 2, grade it down below. A grade for me, I'd probably give it an A minus. I'd probably give it like a B plus or A minus, just because I know we wasn't able to, be one of the top teams in the conference, and we went 7-6, but we were able to win our bowl game and we signed amazing recruiting class. But y'all already know, man, we a community, we a family. That's gonna be the end of this video. I'll see y'all in season 3, but y'all already know, Saturday Night Lights, we out of here. Let's go.